Well, hello there. My name is Mark Miles, and I love helping trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators really take their results to the next level. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about a concept called reading the room. Reading the room. Now, this is something that will really make or break you and your training event. You see, if you are unable to read the room, then you will miss things. You will not see things that could actually tear down the success of your training event or your workshop. And what we need to appreciate is that it can often be the one joke, the one remark, the one thing that you say that can completely destroy your event. You may have done like 99% amazing stuff here, there, and everywhere. People may have had transformations, but you say one thing that's inappropriate, or you have one interaction that completely cascades and blows up, and you've destroyed it. You've literally destroyed your event. Now, I need to speak on a very personal level with this because when I first started out, here's the deal, folks. I learned a bunch of skills. I learned a bunch of tactics. I thought I was pretty good. I thought that I was the best thing since sliced bread. And my ego got the better of me. I don't know if anyone can relate, but I started to make jokes. I made inappropriate jokes. This was back probably about 10 years ago. When I first got into training, I thought I knew it all, right? And I made inappropriate jokes and I got people offside. And what did I do? I blamed the audience. That's what you do when you're an amateur and you're first coming up, right? But over the years, I've learned the skill of reading the room. And in this video, I want to share with you some tools and tactics that you can use in order to build deep levels of rapport in the room and be able to read the room really, really, really well. All right, so grab a pen, get ready to write, because the content I'm about to share, I'm not going to hold back, right? And one of the biggest criticisms that I often get with the book that I'm about to release and all the videos that I ever do is, Mark, you're giving away all the secrets. Mark, you're telling the world the magician stuff that the masters know that you shouldn't tell the amateurs, right? But my belief is let's give it all. Let's tell everybody all the cool stuff that we actually do so the world can be better in the world of training and assessing, right? Or the world of training and inspiration, or the world of keynote presentations. It's about time that you knew what the masters actually do, right? So grab a pen, get ready to write. Now, reading the room, there's a number of pieces to it. And basically, what we're doing is understanding our audience and connecting with them and being able to predict their behavior, but also getting a sense of who they are, how they behave, and what they're probably going to do, and be able to predict that and be ahead of that before they do something, right? So, first thing I want to share with you, first great idea that I ever came up with, yes, I came up with it, was get your pre-course materials and pre-course tasking on point. What I mean by that is before you run a workshop, send out an email with a number of tasks or even just yes/no questions for your audience to answer before they come along to your event. Now, this does a number of things. It gets people involved and active before they even come along. Second thing is it tells you as a trainer, presenter, keynote facilitator, whatever, how active your audience is going to be, and also who are the active participants. Who are the people that jump on that email straight away? Who are the people that do it last minute? Who are the people that do it kind of a couple of days, after you've sent it? Now, that kind of information already tells you how people are going to perform within your workshop. Because here's the deal, folks. How someone does one thing is how they do everything, right? So keep that in mind. If you can send out an email with pre-course information with yes, no questions, or even just simple things to tell you before they come along to your event, guess what? Massive insight into who is coming along and how they're potentially going to behave. Next thing, here is something that I learned that really got me out of a lot of hot water. The phrase, I don't know the full story. I don't know the full story. Now, what I mean by this is sometimes there's going to be people that behave in interesting ways in your workshop or training event. And maybe they come late. Maybe they interrupt. Maybe, they do some funny things. Maybe they're overly talkative. Maybe they're anything, right? They do behaviors out of the norm. And it's very easy as you, as a trainer, presenter, coach, facilitator, mentor, to jump to conclusions, right? You can probably relate, oh my gosh, that guy's an idiot, or oh my gosh, that person's doing X because of Y. What we need to train ourselves to do is step back and go, I don't know the full story. I don't know the full story about what's going on for this person. And that one statement alone can save you from so much heartache and embarrassment. Because I can tell you that very early on, when I got into training and presenting, I jumped to conclusions. I yelled at people. I got upset. And soon afterwards, when I actually calmed down and realized that maybe I'd taken the wrong course of action and talked to the person, I found out their dog had just died, or they just had an issue at home, or they just had a problem with XYZ. And it was embarrassing. It was shameful that I had overreacted when really I should have just asked myself, I don't know the full story. And instead, I should have said to the person, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay right now? Because the XYZ is happening, but it doesn't seem like the real you, or it doesn't seem conducive to your learning goals and what you're trying to achieve. Are you okay? And when I shifted to, are you okay? Whoa, the new level of respect and rapport that was generated with that participant, everything changed, right? So I want to encourage you, get used to using those phrases. I don't know the full story. Say that internally, not outside, right? And get used to using the phrase, are you okay? It's going to develop so much rapport with any participant that's acting in a way that may not be appropriate or the best in that situation or scenario in the workshop you're running. Next one, face-to-face workshops. Here is a secret, but here is one of the magician's secrets. When you have people arrive at your event, ask them this question. Hi, Bill. Hi, Ted. Hi, Frank. Did you have far to come? Did you have far to come? Now, this one question, although it's kind of a little bit simplistic in nature, is going to tell you so much. Because they are going to say, oh, yeah, I had to wake up at like 5 a.m. I had 1 hour to travel. And they're going to open up, right? Or they're going to say, no, I just live around the corner and you actually just walked, right? That one question, did you have far to come, is a great icebreaker, is a great way to start the conversation. It's going to tell you so much about their journey in the morning or in the evening, and it's going to tell you basically a little bit about the person, right? So ask the question, did you have far to come? All right? Now, let's go to the online world. How do you build rapport very quickly in the online world, right? Oh, magician's secret, can I say it? Can I say it? Yeah, I'm going to say it. Compliment the person on their background, right? So the person sitting in their living room and they've got a beautiful picture of their family behind them. Say, I love that picture of his family. That's a beautiful photo. Tell me more about that. Or if they're sitting, I don't know, in their kitchen and they've got a, big, great decoration behind them or beautiful flowers. Say, I love the flowers. Could be anything at all. Make sure it's genuine, but look for something in their background in the online environment to compliment them, right? Because everybody likes to be complimented and everybody likes to be acknowledged and seen, all right? And in the online environment, guess what? You've got X-ray vision into their life and their world that they live in. So why not appreciate it? Why not acknowledge it and make them feel good about it, right? Next question in the online environment that you can ask to build rapport very quickly is, how's the weather where you are? Everybody feels fine to talk about the weather. How's the weather where you are? Build that rapport, ask them a question, right? And again, it's another moment of, wow, this trainer, this facilitator, this course facilitator sees me and cares about me and my world, right? Now, if you got 50 or 100 people on the Zoom experience or the team experience or whatever technology you use, same deal. Just tell people, drop in the chat box, how's the weather where you are today, right? Certainly ask it that way. Next one, don't crack stupid jokes. Don't crack stupid jokes, right? Now, I said this earlier on, and it's kind of in the theme of don't be a dick, right? Or don't be someone that is offensive. Now, many times in life, we may think something's funny, all right? We may think it's funny, but highly likely there's going to be someone in your room that may take offense to a joke that you think is the best thing since sliced bread. But if there is not sufficient rapport in the group and everybody's not aligned in all beliefs in all areas, you may get someone offside. And as soon as you crack a joke and someone goes, "Oh, that was a bit off," or "No, that went a little bit too far," you haven't just lost that one person, you have lost anyone else that agrees with that person's belief and their reaction, right? So you need to be very careful what reaction, what jokes you create, and what humor you try to generate in the room. Now, self-deprecating humor, totally fine, go for it, right? But you don't want to do it too much because people then will think, oh, this person doesn't have any self-esteem at all, right? So reading the room, a big part of that is knowing when it is appropriate to make a joke, make a comment, right? But the one wrong comment at the wrong time will set your workshop spiraling downwards, right? So be very careful about it. And you've got to be able to read the room and read how much, I guess, scope you've got to actually make the comment. So that only comes over time and noticing very early on what is people's tolerance level to amounts of fun, so to speak, right? And a lot of people want to come into a workshop, have fun. A lot of people just want to come in and get the stuff done and have the transformation, right? So you've got to be able to read who are those people and what scope and levity do you actually have to do that, right? So next one is reward and acknowledge the behavior that you want, right? So a big part of that is if you notice people are coming back from breaks on time, celebrate that and say, thank you so much for coming back from breaks on time. Really appreciate that. Or I just love how committed and diligent everyone's being about this activity we're doing right now. Or I love how much everybody's supporting each other as we go through this event. It's been amazing. Or I love how quickly everybody's getting rapid results and they're filling out whatever, right? Or I love, you get the picture, right? So acknowledge what you want them to do even more, right? Acknowledge it will create more of it, right? Now, next piece. Magician trick. This is it. This is the reveal, right? Now, this is about using the part model or reading people in the room and predicting their behavior. All right. So many of you may have heard of the part model. It's basically the 4 behavior types or personality types that you will observe in your training room. So P stands for pragmatist, A stands for activist, R stands for reflector, T stands for theorist, right? And you can look up the model, but basically the idea is pragmatist is the person that likes to get involved, get stuff done, and is very enthusiastic, right? A is the activist, and that's the kind of the person who would challenge the information, ask occasionally a bit of, critiquing kind of questions, a little bit judgmental, and a little bit opinionated. R is reflector, and somebody that likes to step back and have some time to think about learning what they're learning before they get involved. T, the theorist, is a person that loves the facts, the figures, the details, and it must be right for them to move on. Now, you can look at other videos that I've done on the part model and unpacking it even a deeper level. But a big part of reading the room is whenever you are doing a debrief on a concept, is strategically reading the room and looking at who are the people to call on first? So, would you call on a reflector straight away to give you their answer? Hell no! Don't do it! Don't call on a reflector. Because a reflector is going to do one of two things. They're going to go, oh, sorry, I've got a mind blank. Oh, sorry. Um, or they will say, oh, could you choose someone else for me and then come back to me? The reflector must see other people share and they must feel comfortable sharing before they are willing to share. Okay. Now, if you're doing a share with the group, what would you do? Do not ask for volunteers. You go straight to your pragmatists, the people that are enthusiastic, the people that want to be part of the event, the people that are hungry to learn, and you go, all right, Bill, go ahead, share with us. What have you got? Or what have you discovered? What do you know how to do your debriefs, right? But you're going to go to your pragmatists, right? Next, you may go to your theorists, right? You may go to your activists there, but last of all, you're going to go to the reflectors. Now, a lot of times, if you get this sequence correct and you pick on the right people at the right times, you're going to get a smooth debrief and a great learning experience for everybody. But if you don't, then you're going to get the people that go, oh, could you come back to me? Or, no, I didn't like that activity, or whatever it may be. But a huge part of reading the room is predicting what people are going to say, when they're going to say it, how they're going to say it, right? And that only comes from doing the stage time, doing the workshops, doing the events, and going, yeah, that person, yeah, I should have known. I should have known that that person was going to react in that way, but I called on them at that time. What was I thinking, right? And another big part of it is if you're closing off an event, naturally you want to go, all right, cool. Positive comment over here. So this person over here, they're probably going to give me a positive comment. So I'm going to go to them first. And you leave the negative comments from people or the criticisms or the I didn't really like XYZ, comments that people share. You go, maybe I'll have that in the middle path. So I'm going to call that person over there, that person, they may be a little bit contrarian, they may have a critique of the event. Cool. But then you pick that person over there because you know that person over there, they're going to share an amazing comment that's going to round off the day beautifully, right? So big part of reading the room is predicting what people are going to say and really thinking, okay, what aura, what vibe do I want to create in this room right now? All right. So the amateur trainer or workshop facilitator goes, yeah, I'm just going to call on anyone, anytime, and see what happens, right? Stop it. Get to a point where you can predict what people are going to say and how they're going to react based on your X-ray vision and predicting people's behavior, right? So a big part of training and workshop facilitation is not just standing up, showing slides, click, go home. It's about reading the room. Training is both an art and a science. The art is the emotion that you create in the room. The science is how you deliver the information, right? When you get both components really well done, then you become the master trainer, right? So in this video, I've revealed a lot of tricks, folks. I've shared a lot of ideas that you can implement straight away. And one thing that you'll notice about this channel, sorry, I'm revealing all the tricks. I'm revealing all the stuff that works, and you're going to find that out in my book as well. As you read through the book, you're going to start to realize, wow, this guy doesn't hold back, because I don't. And if I find something that works, I'm going to share it with you. Why not? Okay. And at the end of the day, it's about the result. And if I can share with you one question or one thing that is going to accelerate your results, I'm going to share it with you. And as a result, we all learn, grow, and the training sphere in the world will really be impacted and expanded. And learners in your workshops or your keynote presentations or whatever your event might be are going to have a better event, so to speak, and better learning experience and more transformations because they are learning from you who's learning from, some great tools and tactics and techniques there. On that note, folks, like, comment, share. Let's get this video out there. And let's really put attention and focus into reading the room and reading it well. And really finessing our X-ray vision and predicting people's behavior so that we can optimize the learning experience for everybody. Thanks for watching, team.